Hello beautiful people, welcome back for another video. Today I really want to talk about stopping negative thoughts that just appear in our head on a daily basis, because we all at some point think negatively, either if it's about ourselves or about what's going on or just feeling hopeless or lost. So I wanted to give a couple of tips that I give my clients, and even I use myself, to stop with those negative thoughts. So get ready, and here we go. Okay, so the first one is going to be very obvious. I'm gonna need y'all to breathe, because when you are overwhelmed, let's say something happened that you were not planning on happening, and now all the doubt is setting in, all the negative things that you just don't need to hear. I need you to take a second and breathe, because when we don't breathe, we don't think correctly. Has anybody else ever noticed that? Like, when you do not breathe, you do not think correctly. So first things first, I'm really going to need you to take that minute to breathe. It can literally just be like 10 seconds. Just, and I don't mean like them shallow breaths. I mean like those deep breaths where you actually are trying to exert whatever it is you're feeling in your breath to calm your body down, the tense feeling that you have in your shoulders, your arms, your brain. I need you to calm those down before you make any sudden decisions, before you even let your thoughts creep in. Just make yourself less tense than you already are. And in those breaths, honestly, they don't even have to be silent. Like, sometimes when I take breaths, I literally exert sounds. I don't know if that's like weird, but I will do that. Like, I'll be like, ah! And then I breathe back in. Ah! And they'll go from different tones and everything. I don't know. It's just something I do. So the first thing is breathe. But the breathing does not have to be silent. It could be literally a big grunt, or it could be something quieter. Kind of whatever gets you in that place, because you got to relax. Relax, okay? Because the fight or flight kind of thing. I know I've already probably beat it like a dead horse, but the fight or flight response, like, if your adrenaline is up there, you don't think rationally. So the point is, breathe. Just breathe. And that is tip number 1. Alright guys, so the next one is actually called the grounding technique. It's part of the cognitive behavioral techniques that I use a lot with some of my clients, but I use, for the most part, the sensing grounding technique. So that means, like, name 5 things you can see, 4 things that you can feel or touch, 3 things that you can smell, 2 things that you can possibly taste, and then 1 thing that you can hear, or like something along those lines. Make sure that your numbers add up, which means that you have to literally think about, okay, can I taste 5 things? Probably not. So maybe 5 things that I can. You see what I'm saying? Like, you literally have to sit there and think. But the point is to do a countdown and get your mind and your negative thoughts, or whatever you're thinking about, away from what it's thinking about into something else. So try the grounding technique. 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can hear, 3 3 things that you can, you know what I'm trying to say. The point is, I can't keep track, but do that. It will definitely help you just to, once again, calm down, because the first part of the negative thoughts, when they start to flood in, is that while they're coming in, rationality is like, they're coming in and rationality is just going out that way. So make sure that you at least try the grounding technique. That's the one I use, the senses one. But you can definitely look up on Google or YouTube other grounding techniques. And also, too, if you want me to cover some more, just make sure you let me know in the comments below, and we can go through some other grounding techniques and how effective they are and if they work. But nonetheless, that's my tip number 2. Okay, so now at this point, we have tried to avoid this long enough, and hopefully you are calm. and we can actually think about this logically. So I need you to sit down before you listen to any of the thoughts that are in your head. Ask yourself, is this useful? And does it increase my value? Like, does this help me? Because, we always have, like, some of the thoughts, there is nothing wrong with criticism. There's nothing wrong with, hey, I need to pay better attention to this next time, or I should have done this. But you need to think about, is it giving value to you, or is it literally just beating you down? If it's beating you down, why are we giving it energy? Why are you giving it energy? It's not helping you. Like, yes, it super duper sucks whatever happened and what you're thinking, but it doesn't help you get out of it. And the point is, we're trying to get out of it. So, with that being said, guys, just think about, does it really bring you value? Does it really help you in this moment? If it don't help you, then baby, I don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. It's not meant to be said. It's not meant to be said in your head. So ignore it. So tip number 3 is think about, does it have value, and does it help you? If it doesn't help you, then goodbye. Tip number 4. All right, guys. So this is the point where we're actually outsourcing for help. It's nothing wrong with needing it. So just hear me out. Talk to someone or have someone around you just listen while you vent, and then also be able to embrace their feedback, i.e., positive feedback. We all need those positive people in our lives that help us just kind of like see the brighter side of something. So you need to find your positive person, whether that be your mama, your dad, your best friend, your significant other. You need to talk to someone who's going to give you that extra oomph if you cannot find it in yourself. And embrace it. Listen truly to what they are saying to you as they listen truly to what you were saying to them. Because most times they are not a part of what's going on with you, and they can see with a clear vision. They're on the outside, so their motive or like their feelings are not affecting the decision or the observations that they are hearing or listening to you say. So I suggest you talk to someone that has a positive perspective to help you see the way out. Like, they're holding your hand. They're taking you with them to the light, because you need to go to the light. That was so silly. But no, in all seriousness, talk to someone who gives positive feedback to you so that hopefully those negative thoughts, they long gone by now, because we on tip number 4. They long gone. But this friend, they're going to help lead the way. Okay, guys, so now my last tip number 5, I think, is strategize a new plan. Things don't work out the way we expect them to work out. So when we think about all those other tips that we use, like, oh, is this really helping me? Is it making me feel worse than I actually already feel? Or, hey, like my friend's telling me all these positive things and I'm breathing, I'm doing my grounding exercises. Now it is time for you to move forward. And I'm not sitting here saying these things like it's something that's going to change overnight, because it's probably not. It takes a while for you to get to the point where you probably have a different perspective when things go wrong and you start to feel like you're not worthy, or you feel like something's wrong with you, for you just to be like, okay, whatever, like I'm just going on the next best thing, like that don't faze me. That don't happen too quickly. And actually, instead, it takes a minute. So with that being said, try to start formulating and strategizing a new plan. We are not about to sit and stay in this mess. You are better than that. You do not have to sit. Feel, marinate, those things are fine, but for you to stay, you are not stuck. So now it's time to strategize a new plan. And if you need that positive friend or that positive individual that you were talking to help you do that, do that. This is what support is for. It takes a village. It's not just ever one person by themselves. So my last and final tip is really to make sure that you strategize and create a new plan for whatever it is that you're looking to do. Even if it's doing inward work, or something that you were looking to strive for and you didn't get it and now you just feel like crap. Find a new plan. There's not one way to getting to one thing, and you have to figure out what works for you. But please do not sit and let your negative thoughts cripple you, because they most likely have no rationality. Most times we think of things and it's like, it's far-fetched. Like, what? Where did that come from? But you can do it. Find a new strategy, because you can go places, and not just on one path. There are 50 million paths to like the same thing. You will be okay. So anyway, guys, I hope these tips helped you out. These are tips that have helped my clients out, and honestly even helped me out at times when I felt overwhelmed or I would have something negative to say about myself. It don't help me. They don't help you. Like 10% of the time I feel like negative thoughts might help, because it holds you accountable and it gives you possibly constructive criticism, but it very easily can tip over into the 90% where it's not helpful. Maybe it's not helpful. So make sure that you try some of these tips. Let me know how they work out. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.